Alright, awesome. Well, we are back, guys. It's been 3 weeks since the original crew has been together. Dave has been off salmon fishing, caught a shit ton of salmon. I have been working and playing hockey, and Roger has been holding down the fort and taking care of business. We watched Roger's pick, They Lived, by John Carpenter, starring Rowdy Piper.
Rowdy Piper?
Yes, that was awesome stuff. Your pick, I'll let you open it up and take it away from here. How was the film? Why did you pick it?
Well, the reason I picked it is I love the film, obviously. When I was young, I was watching wrestling on a Saturday night or something on TNT or TBS because Ted Turner had WCW wrestling, and after the wrestling went off, They Lived came on. I'd never seen it, but Rowdy Piper was the first guy I saw, and being a big Piper fan, I was immediately, glued to the set. And it's real slow and methodical, and it takes you through this underworld, or not underworld, but it takes you through this part of society that we usually turn our backs on, the homeless people and everything like that. It brings you through all that, and you really dwell there for a long time and really get a feel of the pain and suffering of the people or the characters. Like,
holding cardboard boxes on their heads and all that in the ring. Just in the intro, just in the intro was a long intro, and you get this place is busted. That's pretty much
walking through the streets, and
it's like everything's busted, and there's just people on the streets like
trash.
Yeah.
And it's everybody's jobless, homeless, and I don't know. It got my attention, and it really got me. But what happens when the police show up to evacuate all the homeless people?
Yeah.
When watching that as a young kid, it really scared me. This film really got under my skin and really spooked me when I was watching it because I didn't know what was going on or anything, and so it just blew me away. But now, at 29, and this movie's the 25th anniversary for it and everything, it's still relevant to our times.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great science fiction film, and
if only it was easy as a pair of glasses. If only it was that easy.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh. But it's not that easy, man. You see that even though he had glasses, you gotta fight the other fight the dude that held him out for 5 fucking minutes.
It was that fighting scene was insane. It kept going and going. He's like, you are not gonna fucking get out of here without putting these glasses on.
He was adamant about
it's not gonna happen.
Getting the guy to see.
But and the other guy was adamant about not seeing.
Yeah.
But what's funny though is that that was the turn in the whole movie, and you have these these two guys. The one guy is just I'm not gonna put the glasses on. That's the whole left side of the society. It's just I'm not gonna look at the government, what they're giving me. I get my food stamps. I get my assistance.
Question it, right?
I'm not gonna question it. I'm gonna break the system that takes care of me.
I got 2 kids and a wife.
Yeah.
I don't listen to anybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know anything from you.
Oh my.
Pretty good.
Goodness.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's a metaphor.
Yeah.
What did you think of the film, guys?
Well, Dave, want to go first?
I enjoyed this film quite a bit.
First time watching.
Yeah, first time watching it.
I
didn't know exactly what to expect. I had a little load up on it for what it kind of was about because I knew that it was an analogy or an allegory for kind of our society or what Carpenter, I believe, viewed kind of our society.
Isn't it Piper's film?
But it was written. It was from the story 9 O'Clock, is what it says.
It's based on a short story. Yeah.
And it was called 9 O'Clock was the name of it? Okay, so based on a story by...
You're close to it, yeah.
Yeah. But...
if not correct, you're close to it, yeah.
But he obviously, Carpenter obviously saw something in that story.
Carpenter supposedly wrote this in response to Reaganomics, around Reagan's term in presidency and everything, what was going on, the consumerism, the culture. As you can see, it's clear. It came out in 1987. So you can see what that he was seeing.
Everything on television in there, anything when you were watching television, it's all these bums are sitting around watching glamorous people, and it's called the cocaine 80s. That's all you see on the TVs are the cocaine 80s. They're all just oh, high fashion, and it's all plastic and artificial, and all these people are just, even the bums that are living outside have a TV, and then the guy's you see when he's first walking down the street too, there's a guy like staring through the
like a
windows
zombie.
like a zombie at all these TV
Yeah.
screens through this big glass window, you know, and it's just like,
He's just
wow.
like,
that's
just
Zombified,
even if you mark,
stupefied.
even if you mark out all of the the government this and this, even that one scene shows you the power that like commercialism and like the TV and like cable and like the news has on like a society that brings it down. Like I remember when I was a kid, you watch TV to know what you're going to get for like Christmas. Instead of just like going out and discovering what you're into, it's whatever's on TV. Like, oh my God, everybody's gonna have that transformer. Everybody's gonna have that truck. Everybody's gonna have this board game. We gotta have it. But I wasn't a privileged kid, so I'd be the one going to school, and everybody's got all these toys, and I'm looking on the TV, just like, why can't I have that? And just breeds like just puts all this crap into your head and like brings it down to society when you can't make your own decision for yourself because they want.
no independent thought.
Yeah, what the hell?
No independent thought.
Ah!
No independent thought.
Yeah,
Consume, marry, and reproduce.
But I mean, that really does seem like that's our society, isn't it? Can you argue? You can't
Well,
argue, right?
No,
Really?
no.
I mean,
It
that's-
paints a little bit of a.
money. This is your god. It
Yeah,
is.
this is your God, right on the
It is.
money. This
Yeah.
is your God, which I believe is true. I mean, basically, if you look at what God is supposed to be, God is the one that provides for you. You pray to God, and He is to provide for you. If you have faith in God, God will provide for you what you need. You don't need God if you have money, because you can get it yourself.
You are God.
right. So God is your money, and it will get whatever you need. And we as a society pretty much worship the dollar. Our monetary system has that's what people have faith in now. That's
I can't disagree with that.
no, I think.
If
But I think people are losing faith in that system.
The problem
I was
is
thinking
too many people
Yeah.
follow where the money's going. The money and the food and the stamps and all that bullshit's coming from this side. Well, a majority's going this way. But if you drag in like that one guy he fought with, he dragged him away from that light, the shining light. It's this one big spotlight and everybody's going to it. And he pulled him away from it. More people are too scared to pull themselves away from that light. You know what I mean? They're scared of having that bottom dropped out. Oh, my safety net's gone? Oh, geez, what do I do now? Oh, it's called get a job. It's called support yourself. It's called help your fellow man. It's called pay it forward. It's called be there for each other. But why do I want to do that for? Why can't I just be selfish? That's what I kind of got from that film at some points. You know what I mean? Everybody's just
Well,
selfish.
he pretty much states in the film about the game, like even before all the crazy
Just
shit starts
that
happening.
starting line.
Yeah.
Keith David, good.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's-
like that part. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Line
pretty
Joe's
much
starting line says, "Here you go, take off. Good
take
luck.
off
But
Yeah.
just let you know, I'm gonna do everything I can to stop you."
Mm-hmm.
and get ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess that's the rat race, as they call it. Like,
Yeah, we're thrown out into the world basically to compete against everybody else. And it's not about working together, really. I mean,
it can be,
but
but still, it's almost always like if you're working with someone, it's because you need help to defeat somebody else. When you start colluding with someone, you're trying to get ahead of someone else or get ahead of the game.
problem is it
or
starts
something.
out-
Not always, but a lot of the
The
time.
problem is, though, you say that, though, but if you look, people start coming together. Like, we all need to join powers together. Well, one of us, at some point, is going to want to get ahead and want to move it forward. And they're going to leave the two in the dust, or they're going to take the two with them. And if one's going to start moving up the food chain, and that's where you got these other two right here. They're either going to try to topple this one guy and then lose, or they're going to try to bring more people in and try to take down this one guy. This guy becomes his own power. It's just, the problem is nobody is willing to take a back seat and to work together because everybody is greedy and wants to succeed past their fellow man. It's just...
Darwin would say, and I'm not going to probably get this quote 100% right, but Darwin said that one animal or one creature proliferates at the expense of another. And, and that was pretty much how he said with evolution. The reason that one thing survives more than some is because it took the food that something else would get. It, took the advantages that the other one has to be deprived of because this one wasn't, natural selection. This one wasn't as good, so we didn't get to go further.
Mhm.
Now, whether that is...
But I do like the way that he does. Go back to what you were saying when Keith David was talking about that. It's like his view of how the world is or how he's going to get through, but he's negative and he's like very
Yeah.
he's not happy anymore.
The
And
Piper
it's how
is-
can you be happy, you know? Yeah, and Piper's character is in the exact same place, but he's trying to be optimistic about it. And he's like, I believe in America. I believe in a hard day's work. A man will, you know, you'll survive. You'll get your chance.
No one's ever saying you don't have to believe in what you believe in. It's if you believe in it with a clear thought and understanding what you're believing in, and not just believing in it for the gain of yourself. You know, if you sit here and you say, I believe in America, and I believe in everything it's got to say, but you just mooch off the system, you believe in being a moocher and blinded. But if you believe in the Constitution, and you believe in what's right, then you're believing in America. But if you believe in all the false stuff, that doesn't work for you. You know what I mean? That's what, like, Ronnie made that statement, but he believed in it in a false society. You know what I mean? He believed in a false society. Now when he saw the truth, he believed in the true society. You know what I mean? He wasn't blinded by, you know, he was fed in the system. Everything's good. Everything's kosher. I don't have to see this. I'm not going to see the light. And then once he got the glasses on, because he was scared shitless. He didn't just put the glasses on for no reason. You know what I mean? He wanted to change. He sought a change for himself. As I took that part of that movie. I didn't see him.
I couldn't wait for him to put those glasses on. You know what I mean? He's like carrying them for a little bit. You're just like, put them on!
That's what I'm
the
saying.
glasses, put them on!
That's what I'm saying. He just didn't put
You
them
know
on.
something's going to happen, so you're just waiting for it.
Yeah.
It's a good
Well, I
suspense
mean-
builder.
Yeah, for a first time watching it, if you were, I mean, you don't know what's in the box, and then it's like sunglasses. What the hell, you know?
It was a Ray Charles tribute group. I didn't know.
But it is. It's great. It's the sequence where he walks out of the alley and is looking at the ground, the sidewalk, and he puts them on. And it turns black and white, and it's like everything's different. Slowly,
Yeah.
it starts to.
That's what I'm saying. It takes that like slow. His mind finally gets the grasp what the hell's going on. Like, oh crap! I've been blinded by this for so long. That's what I took. I mean, I didn't see him thinking, "Oh, I believe in America."
He definitely took action right
He
away.
does say, "I believe in America."
He
though.
does.
I mean, that's what we're talking about. Is
Yeah.
they start off before we know what's going on, stating these characters clearly, like where Piper's is like, you know, good old-fashioned American values. Is
Yeah.
what he represents, and Keith David is like, "Fuck that," you know.
Oh, I'm just going to get ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By any means necessary.
Basically, yeah. He's
Yeah.
like the Malcolm X there.
Yeah. By any means that fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
I'm a man. I'm gonna get what's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get what's yours if you give me the chance.
Yeah. And he's
That-
saying it. I
yeah.
mean, he's like, it's not fair, maybe, but this is life.
That's
this is
life,
the way
and
it
this
is.
is the system, and
Yeah.
that's where we live at, and that's his reality, and he's saying that's
Yeah.
reality in general.
Right, and Keith David's reality, I can't remember, Frank, his name's
Yeah.
Frank. Yeah, his reality is different than Piper's, but it's actually closer to the way things really are.
Really, yeah.
Whereas Piper, you're right, is more believing in America at that point. There's nothing wrong with it, but there is when you're actually, when you believe in America, if you're supporting it, you're actually supporting the wrong thing. Is that what you're kind of getting
Yeah,
at?
yeah. He's supporting America,
He's not
but
meaning
he's
to.
not understanding. He doesn't
It's
understand.
like people that support Obama. I mean, I know for a fact that I know people, individuals, just individuals
Name dropping
that
over
are
here.
nice people, good people, and they support Obama. And I know that if they knew what Obama really does, or whatever, however you want to say that, they couldn't, you know, really
They couldn't.
feel good about themselves.
I had a conversation.
But yet, you can't convince them. You can't get them to put the sunglasses on.
If only those glasses
Man,
existed.
like I had a conversation. It's funny you bring that
those.
up. I had a conversation with a guy when I was at my last hockey tournament who was like talking to me about like government stuff and stuff like that. And I literally brought stuff up to him. He was just like, "What? What?" And he thought he was in the loop. You know what I mean? And we start talking about things, and he just like, "Oh my god!" Like he thought that everything was okay, but he knew something wasn't right. And we start talking to him. He's like, I gotta. We're into
Yeah,
it."
it almost gives you a headache, like somebody screwing a knife into your head, right?
Yeah. He was just
That's
like,
what I
"Oh."
think too.
Yeah.
When he says that in the movie, it's like, man.
And
that's
they're
life.
it's
That's
addictive
what waking
too.
up's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It
It's
is. You're
addictive
right.
and it's scary, and you do at first you do feel like just going and just
Telling everybody or what?
well,
What
not
do you
just
know?
telling
What do you
everybody.
get to?
Well, what did Roddy do in the movie?
He actually, I think, okay, if you're giving me time to say, when he gets them on, he walks down the street with sunglasses, he kind of stumbles into that shop because the door's open. He kind of gets loopy.
Yeah.
He feels disconnected
Exactly.
and lost. Or he acts that way, yes.
Yeah,
Is
he's
that what you're getting
disconnected.
to?
He's lost. So at first he's like, what the hell? This is the real world? What the fuck is going on with me? What's going on with this place? And then finally he's just like, you know what? You're an ugly bitch. I don't know exactly what he said.
He says like, you look like your head fell in the cheese. 58 or something.
Yeah. And
This one, real fucking ugly.
This one,
That's what he said.
You're alright. This one, real fucking ugly.
I know you guys laughed real loud on that one. That was great.
Well, it was.
It was hilarious.
I know, it's
a great
it was a
line.
good laugh.
I think there's stages to waking up to something like that. At first, you feel kind of lost. You don't know where to walk to. You don't know where to go. All of a sudden, your complete world has been flipped upside down. And then, a lot of times you feel anger next. When you lose something that's important to you, there's these stages of grieving that you go through. And I think that's kind of a representation. He went to...
Well, he was kind of forced to, in the anger part, right?
Yeah.
To really fight back.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, he was standing there, he's like, all of a sudden he's just like, you know what, I'm calling a spade here. You're
right.
friggin' ugly.
He did come out.
He's the
out
one,
first,
yeah, he lashes out. But that's that, you know what?
Confusion and anger and just...
And he's like,
not
shit's
knowing what's
fucked
going on.
up.
Yeah.
And he's not the kind of guy just to like walk out of the place and like explore more. He's like, what the fuck? This shit's fucked up, and I'm gonna tell you.
He looks up at the TV and it looks like the president at a podium talking, or a senator or something, but I assumed it was a president. I don't know.
It's somebody important.
Yeah.
Perfect system.
I don't know if Obama would want to be associated with being some sort of like slave oppressing, overlord. That doesn't sound like something that he would want to be actually
Well,
associated
maybe you should
with.
clue him in on something.
Yeah, maybe we should let him know.
I might need to.
Send us a
I'll
Facebook
write him a
message or
letter.
something to
I'm
him.
sure he'll get it.
Write your you got it, buddy. I'm writing my congressman.
You're better off
It's
reaching
happening.
him through the internet.
I guess these days, if your congressmen don't listen or your senators don't listen, they can get fired. I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
good stuff.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, but we don't live in Colorado.
No.
But we don't have to. We live in
Yeah,
Indiana.
yeah. I guess
Yeah.
Luke Messer of Indiana voted yes on the Syria thing for going to war.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
Let's support Taliban. Woo!
It
Way to
makes
go,
no
man.
sense. It's out.
Whatever.
yeah,
They're all
but-
the same shit.
It's not though. It's
It's like on the
Actually,
freaking
Al Qaeda's like our government supports them. They're a group that we've supported for years.
years, but
and now they're like flaunting it.
on the anniversary of 9/11, even it's like it's poetic. You know, they want to like, oh, we're gonna support Al Qaeda on the anniversary of 9/11. It's just like, wow.
What I don't
And
get.
people
Dave,
like eat it up like
this
a
is
spoonful.
what you don't get too. Is what you just said. I don't get that. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Come on, guys, wake me up. Tell me why people are so fucking stupid. Tell me, please, because I don't understand.
Put these on.
Here, Roger. You don't wear
Yeah.
glasses. That's
No,
the problem.
You're right though. It is. It's indoctrination. It's the stupid tube
It's
there.
scary when you
Feeds
wake
them
up.
with
You don't
everything.
want to
It's what
see
Chris
it.
was saying. We from birth we're thrown in. It's what the street preacher's saying. From birth to death, our owners are on top of us, sucking us dry. We're slaves. We're cattle. It's all in that movie. It's through that
Yeah.
whole movie. Frank Armitage is who wrote the screenplay. That's just a pseudonym
Okay.
for John Carpenter. He wrote it. He just didn't want to put his name on it. He directed it, but he wrote that screenplay as well.
But yeah, it's obviously a metaphor for our society and how the elite predate the labor of an underclass.
It's called technology, Dave.
Yeah.
Cell phone. Cell phone.
No. No. Obey. Obey.
About They Live though, do you like the one-liners? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I laughed. I was entertained by this movie. It was an extremely entertaining film. For me, watching this, it's like, yeah, I saw that on the news today. I feel like I lived this movie, and so even though they're not, monsters, there are monsters.
Yeah.
I have trouble judging this film objectively because, as I stated before, I feel almost like I live that.
that's how
so
relevant the film obviously
the film
is.
is.
Well, anyway, for They Live, though, yeah, it's one of my favorites. It's obviously by my favorite director, so that makes it easier for me to just accept it, I guess.
And
But-
like it, right?
Well, yeah, but like I always say, it doesn't matter how much I like a film, I have no idea of what to expect from somebody else.
Movie here and wrap
Yeah,
this up.
sorry.
So They Live.
I'm not gonna back
2 thumbs up. Roger.
Oh, I said I'd give it a 4. I think
4?
it's great.
All right.
I recommend They Live.
I guess next week is my pick. I know there were some talks about wanting to see Book of Eli. I'm gonna stick to my original pick.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go with The Postman. Awesome. See you next week. We're out. That was crazy.
What's wrong,
language.
baby?
What's wrong, baby?